share with us what has changed about Segun?
Uncle Shay, thank you for the opportunity to sit down with you here and talk. Um, Over the years, that I wasn't even aware that there was a brand that we were creating called Segun Arinze. I just knew that at the back of my mind I was an actor and trying to carve a niche for myself, and then that evolution came, and the brand started to evolve. After playing Silent Night, and played Black Arrow. I'm playing Black Arrow in Silent Night, and then that now began to transcend into other things. And prior to that, remember that I had a musical career because I was a singer and I was signed on to Premier Music, and so I thought that okay, I could take with music and take it to the next level. And but I got the frustrations in between of working with Premier Music and the what I thought I saw, the vision I saw was truncated. So I had to nicely walk up to them and say, listen, guys, let's cancel this contract and I can fix other things. And then I went back to my first love, which is theater, film, and I entered other aspects of entertainment. Because I'm a trained thespian, finished from University of Ife in 1986. And so that it's in itself started that journey. And so when Chico asked me to play Silent Night, that was a turnaround for me. And then we started playing all through. And then the brand started growing. And so many things started falling in place with the band. And of course, with each passing year, you see things happen. And we started getting into the era of social media, but social media was as strong as we when we as it is now. Because social media started with the advent of BlackBerry, Facebook, and from Facebook, um, we transcended to the next level where we now started having Instagram, going to have the Snapchats, and in fact, Snapchat was one of the things that was most prevalent then. And then after that, we got into Instagram, and Instagram, Facebook expanded, and Facebook expanded, and here we are today. Social media is taking over. So, and if you're not careful, everybody asks you, "What's the social media handle?" Even when you go to the embassy these days and ask, you want to apply for visa, what's the social media handle? Everyone wants to know about you and their social media. So social media is again, and that in itself has helped in both positively and negatively, helping to reshape the lives of a lot of entertainers. And but I have also tried to, as much as possible, adapt to those changes because, like they say, the only thing that's constant in life is change. And so, as it comes, you adapt. As it comes, you adapt. As it comes, and the speed at which it comes, it's supersonic. You almost will be fighting to catch your breath with it. And so, those are things that have helped to shape this brand called Segun Arinze. And at every point in time, you say, unfortunately for me, I wasn't always on Instagram, but I like 2, 3 years ago, I had some issues and people started calling me and asking me about I had great following. And my handle was hacked or was removed. So I, even till then, I started, till now, sorry, I've been trying to get it back. And I had to frustratingly leave that aspect for a couple of years. And it's only recently I just started coming back to it and trying to ask questions to say, can I get my handle back? Can I get my handle back? And it can be very, very frustrating because you know you have to go with the norms of the times. This is what's going on, and this is where we are right now. So in shaping this brand, I've had to work tirelessly for over 40 something years. Remember that I started pre Nollywood. My career started pre Nollywood. And in those days when we started, we had the likes of RMD, Robert Young, Sam Dede, and all that. So we've all evolved to get to this level. And it's not been an easy task. It's been very Herculean. But we'll keep moving. We'll just keep moving and keep moving, trying to see the how can better it. And so what I do most times is work with the young ones. They've got ideas. You can't be the all knowing, you can't have all the knowledge in the world. So what I say sometimes to them is give me your youth, I'll give my experience.
But fully, what in the main, what do you do? When you're not-
In the main, what I do, I do some PR work. I do voiceovers. I'm currently the president of the Association of Voiceover Artists. I was former president of an Actors Guild of Nigeria, and so we do so many things. I've dedicated my life to seeing to it that I try to raise a lot of young soldiers in voiceovers and in acting and all that. Then I do my PR work and I do my other works that I have to do. Sometimes some come and say, I want you to be brand ambassadors for us. And, oh, well, yes, we'll do that. But all my life has been centered all around entertainment and media.
Okay. How many years now?
Well, to be honest, about 42, 43 years now.
Each time you look back, how do you feel when you look at all the things you've been able to achieve?
I feel very gratified because a lot of young people, a lot of people from my generation, a lot of them have gone.
Hmm.
They've left. And I'm still standing here, not because I'm the most powerful or the most brilliant or the most exotic or the most handsome or the most whatever. It's grace. You know, Kirk Franklin said was, I'm the reason why God made grace. So I key into that and say I'm the reason why God made grace. So I just go with the tide and go with people. Even young people that I've mentored, young people that I've worked with, some of them have gone, they've left. But you're still standing there and you're still wondering, how did I get here? But in also getting here, remember that you don't have to be selfish because of God-given talent. And so there's no point keeping everything to yourself without impacting and imparting on people's lives. So those are two things basically. So you impact and you impart. So I like to do that. I like to rub off on people. And so, and it's been very gratifying for me that most of the things I've done for a lot of youngsters are when they see me, oh, I was in your class when you, I was this when I was, I said, good. And it makes me feel very fulfilled that at least I'm doing something because I knew that when we're starting out, we didn't get this level of encouragement. Whenever people saw us as stupid artisans, scoundrels, and never do well people, just come on, perform and they throw the crumbs to you. Just get out of here. We have got serious business to do. So entertainment wasn't in that forte. It wasn't in that purview. It wasn't in that purview. They never saw it coming. So it was, oh, and I'll just stay there. All you have to do is just come entertain us when time comes, when do lunch hour. Just do your thing and just get out. Take the coins, take the, and get out. But what we have now? A lot of people will meet you on the road. I'm sure, Uncle Shay, that even you, a lot of people will tell you, do you know this person? My son wants to act, my daughter wants to act, my niece, my auntie wants to get into the industry. Everybody wants to. And I must say that when you also came along with City People, that you also, in a way, affected a lot of change in entertainment because you provided a platform for people like us to latch onto in terms of giving us all the due publicity and saying that, and then of course you now started with the CTP awards and all that. So that in itself opened up a flurry of activities. Okay, oh, he got the City People Award, he got this, he got that, and so you're an integral part of it. So what I'm saying in essence is, whatever you do, keep doing it because you don't know who's watching you. You know that thing they say that when the cow chews, the calf watches. When the mother cow chews, the calf watches. That's where we are, and we'll keep working. And I'm never tired, and I'll be tireless in this business. Very tireless in this business.
Has there been any time you felt like giving up on going?
No, I've never at any point felt like that. I've been asked this question so many times. So many times, did you ever feel like quitting? And I said, no, I never felt like quitting. But that's not to say that I've never been low ebbs. There have been moments of the very low ebb, but better than my lowest ebb, that I just come down to. But what I've come to understand is that you know it's like driving on a road, on a long stretch. It has its curves, and so when you navigate yourself and get to that curve, what you do is slow down and follow the curve. Because when you drive and come onto that curve with speed, you fall off the cliff. So slow down, navigate the curve, and get back on the straight and narrow path. And that's what I do. And of course, I still use the road as an example. There are a lot of potholes on the road. How do you navigate yourself through those potholes? Those potholes are the challenges. And you never look at those challenges, but you see the end result. Where am I going? Where am I headed? When you get to your destination, you say, oh, Father Lord, thank you, I got here. So that's how I've navigated my life. I just passed through those challenges, and those challenges catapult me to the next level.
How do you see the state of the industry today?
Still, our industry has improved. We've gotten to a level that the world has taken attention to, has gotten attention about. I would like to say a very big thank you to former President um, Goodluck Jonathan, who saw what we saw. He keyed into that vision and said, "Okay, this is what I want to do with the industry. This direction we have to go." And then he started with those loans and those grants that they were giving outside of the Bank of Industry and all that to help propel the industry. Um, the industry has gone done very, very well outside government because nobody gave us that chance to say that we're going to get to this level. Nobody gave that chance. And so what we did was galvanize ourselves to sweat, thick and thin, blood, and all that. And God has said, then government took attention. We got the government attention, and they keyed into it, and we kept on moving. The whole world now knows what Nollywood is. Nollywood is one of the biggest PR tool for Nigeria, and it still is. It hasn't. In fact, it's not even dwindling. We're thinking about doing. Music now came and cemented it. You know, so where we are right now is, and Nollywood is the PR platform for Nigeria, and given everything, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came in, and he got this fantastic woman to be head of the Ministry of Culture, Tourism, Arts, and the Creative Economy, Hanatu, Barrister Hanatu. She's doing a fantastic job. I've met with her, I've seen her at different forums, I've heard her speak, and the passion of which she speaks about the industry and what she wants to do for the industry and what she is doing, it gladdens the heart. So I hope that we can build upon that hope and belief that she has in the industry, and we can take it to the next level. But so far, so good. I think we're doing well. Our stories are getting better. Our production values are getting very high. In terms of publicity and all that, we're doing well. And we're seeing that Netflix, Prime Video, and all other platforms, Rock TV, all platforms are coming in here and taking advantage of the industry. YouTube is one of the biggest things to happen now. Everybody wants to go on YouTube, produce, and put a movie out there. So now we have so many platforms where you can express your creative ingenuity or what it is that you have. So it's a welcome development.
Do you still act?
I'm still acting. I don't have to say, come and answer come and do this interview. As I speak to you, I'm on the side of Blood Sisters too. So I'm still acting. I'm acting the day I die, Uncle Shaya.
Why is that so?
Yeah?
Why is that so?
Why is that so? Because it's a passion, because of what I know. My whole life is all about entertainment. It's a passion. It's a job. It puts food on my table, pays my bill, clothes, takes care of my children's school fees. Whether be it acting, be it voiceover, be it music, be it doing jingles, doing PR work for the entertainment industry. It's my passion. It's my life. I breathe, eat, drink, sleep it. I wake up in the morning, it's entertainment. Whatever I do. Do you know there's an entertainment side of politics? The entertainment side to politics. So even my very good friend and brother Desmond Elliott, who is in there in Lagos House Assembly, is a politician. Can't leave entertainment alone. You can't. As of drugging you, dragging you, bring you close. You can't leave it. So that's how it is. And I'm going to be like that for the rest of my life. That's how it is. I'm programmed. I was built for it. I was made for this. And that's how it will be.
Did you try your hands on production?
Yes, I've produced.
How many now?
But I haven't done a major movie for now. I'm working on something that's going to come out next year. But just give it to my chest until I'm ready for it. I'm talking to a few financiers. But I've worked with Kingsley Ogora. I've produced several with Kingsley across the Niger. I was co-producer. The Return was co-producer. So I do all that. I've done almost like 20 films that I've worked as co-producer or line producer or associate producer and worked. And directing, I'm a member of the Directors Guild of Nigeria. I'm a member of the Actors Guild of Nigeria. Like I said, I was former president and I'm a member of the Association of Voiceover Artists, which I'm the current president. So it just goes. Look, for me, it's organic. It's very organic. So I just go with it.
Do you miss the excitement of those years when you had your colleagues and of that being actively involved in?
Oh yes, of course we do miss that. We miss that. Well, that spirit of camaraderie when you will see and just talk and exchange ideas and all that. Of course, you miss them. But we still find that we still once in a while we still find platforms for us to all meet and talk about things and move on. The young ones are there, and so you find that you have to contend with them. You have to work with them. You have to share experiences with them. And there are a lot of fantastic young guys who are in this business who are open to ideas, who share their ideas to you, and you share their ideas with them. That's why it's for me, it's a good thing for the industry.
Okay. Tell us a bit about where you were born and where you grew up.
I was born in Onitsha, but I'm from Lagos State, Badagry. I was born in Onitsha years ago, many years ago, many years ago. I don't know what to talk about the year, but I know that for one thing, I'm looking forward to being 60 next year. So
Looking forward to okay,
60.
okay.
So and that for me is exciting and praying to God and thanking God that I will get to that milestone. Um, I come from a family of seven, and I have my siblings. My father is late. The late his mother was Igbo. I married Igbo, stayed for a while, divorced, married Igbo again. My wife is Igbo, and but I'm not. But in all of this, I'm very detraumatized. I don't care about wherever you are from, so long as I can get along with you, I can relate with you. I went to school like a normal child to do. Huh?
Where did you go to school?
I schooled in various places, okay.
Across the country.
Across the country. I've been to Sabah, Benin, Ilorin, well, let me say Kwara State. I'm just I lived in Ilorin, I was domiciled in Ilorin, but I was in ADD. And then to get to ADD, I had to go to Oro, Ajeshepo, where again? There are so many places I had to go to get to ADD. And then after that, you had the Omuaro, Kaba, Axis, and all that. And those are part of Kogi State now. So but Omuaro still remains in Ofa. They still remain in Kwara State. I was in Plateau State. I was in Kano. I was in Kaduna. So I've traveled wide and vastly. I've traveled almost every part of this country.
So how did acting come in?
Acting came as a natural thing from when I was childhood. For me, actually, I started my acting career in Ilorin.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually introduced into the industry by Ayo Oro, his late gown. And that's how we started. He saw me and said he felt I would make a good actor, and well, the rest is history. Here we are now. And but I keep pushing. And one thing for me, I like pushing the boundaries. I like pushing everything for me is a challenge. We try and surmount those challenges and get to the top of my career. And I am at the top of my career. I still want more. It doesn't end there. I still look for more challenges of how to remain consistent and remain relevant. You know, one of the biggest things about being in this business is sustainability and relevance. And I'm grateful to God that at least I've been able to sustain it and I'm relevant in the industry.
How did you do that?
Hard work, sir. Hard work. Everybody keeps asking me that question. It's hard work. And knowing when to get to, like I told you earlier, get into every curve, knowing when to recalibrate yourself. What's going on? What are the dynamics? The dynamics keep changing. The dynamics keep changing. And so you must be able to adapt to those dynamics as they come. And they're going to be throwing a lot of things at you. And most importantly, keeping a level head. Never be arrogant. Be open to learning. Be open to absorbing. Be open to accommodating people. It's a journey, uncle. It's a big journey. And if you're not ready for that journey, then you're not ready to do anything. Because as the journey along, it's like being on the back of a camel in a sandstorm on the desert. How do you survive the desert to get to where you find an oasis? That's how it is.
And what role did Ife play in all of this?
What?
What role did Ife play in all of this?
Played a big role. Chuck Mike, my lecturer, Professor Pema Shopiso, the late Segun Akimbola, my head of department. Can you imagine? I'm still trying to remember his name. His name was Ekiti, from Ekiti. But those are the people that shaped my life, so rubbed off on me, and all that. And then, of course, I had a lot of colleagues in school as well. Yemi Sholade. I even worked with him like 2 weeks ago. We did something. Imsholade, Niji Akoni. These are people that you can sit down and you talk with them, but they are Olarele, and a number of them. This lady in who's in Rape, she's retired now. Pauline Ubudaga, all of them were part of. So you have to go through a lot of people. You have to go through a lot of things. And in fact, Dr. Kolo Oyewo
Okay.
was in the department as well. Jimmy Shodimu. I had to drop a lot of actors to get to where I am today. But the biggest influence in my career as an actor, Chuck Mike, and that was because the late Bayo Duneye discovered me and said, I want you. He saw me. Not that he discovered me anyway, but that he saw me acting on stage and said, listen, I like your style and I want to be. And he became my godfather, became a father to me and nurtured me all the way through.
And how did you develop the voice, the every part of
Voice thing was also there. Before I even get in the voice, also the Basi Effiong, who I worked with in Anansa Players, also did late now. Basi, and when I was in Anansa Players, I had like from Richard Mufedamijo, I had Francis Onwoche, and quite a number of people who were in Anansa Playhouse and the National Theatre, which used to do the open theatre in those days. For voice, it was a natural thing that it just came by. I remember working with Tunde Ajidedudu, and it was Kola Jaka Films, and he now metamorphosed into Digitrack when the studios I used to write copies for him. I'll write scripts and all that. I was PRO, and then my spare time I'll do all those voiceovers, I'll do the jingles and all that. So Uncle Sonny Ramo walked into the studio one day looking for a voiceover talent, and he didn't get any, and he said, "Hey, I like your voice. Can you come and do this?" And I said, "I've never done voiceover before." I said, "Come, I'll show you what to do." Yeah, that's how my journey in voiceover started. Had a great manual no mono. I Mokwede. He's a big voiceover talent then. And then he said, I'll show you what to do. And he showed me, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. And yeah, here we are today. Here we are today.
any regrets?
No regret. I try as much as possible not to regret anything, Uncle Shaya.
Why?
Because for me, regret is a burden.
Okay.
It's a burden. So what I do is do the takeaways from it, learn lessons from it, and move on. And make sure you don't repeat those things again. And try as much as possible to avoid those booby traps. Regret's a very big burden. So I don't like saying, I regret this, I regret that. And just move on. Just learn from it and move on. Because when you keep regretting, you keep going back, then you now start all those arguing. No, I don't want to. Just move on. Just move on. The journey is too far ahead. Continue on the journey. Never look back before you become a pillar of salt.
You feel fulfilled?
Fulfilled, yes, I am fulfilled. And I'll be more fulfilled when I get to the destination where I'm going.
How do you know when you get there?
How do you know?
Yeah, when you get there.
Your spirit will tell you. Your spirit will tell you you've gotten to it. You know, at times you do certain things and your body tells you you did well. Your mindset, your body, spirit, and mind tells you you did well. There are things you do sometimes and no, I could have done better. So that's how it is. So as you journey along, just those mistakes, so that okay, when I'm in front, I'll correct those mistakes ahead. And that's how it is. It's like playing football. Oh, I should have scored. When you go back and look at the playback, in your next game, you work on it and you get it right. That's so for me. That's it. I sit down sometimes, see some. When I'm privileged to sit down and see some of my movies, so okay, I could have done it like this, or I could have done this like, or I could have done this voiceover like this, or I could have, interval woven with this person. I could have related to this person better and gotten a better result. That's for me. That's how it is. So we just keep, like I said, keep pushing these boundaries and continue to push these boundaries. Something will happen. Something is bound to give way for you to pass.
Okay.
It's a lonely path. It's a lonely, tortuous path that you have to go to with a lot of booby traps. Now, how you go through them? I told you the story earlier on about potholes and all that people can't say, "Oh, Okonimeta, he stood up, he made it." That's how, for me, that's how it is. The Igbos will say, "We're going to Ibia." Hausa will say, "Manya." So that's how it is for me. So I don't look at the challenges and the mistakes and all that. I just move on. And I don't look at regrets, like I said. I don't want regrets. Just move on. Pick up things we want and move on.
Okay. How do you handle stardom and fame?
Stardom is one of the biggest problems to handle in life because if you're not careful, you derail. You know when people start hailing you, praising you, you did this, you did that, and friends, the worst things are friends. That was who get in trouble the most. It's not as if they're doing it to hurt. Some of them will come with good intent. You know, some come with good intent, some come with just to mock you. But when you get to the top of the ladder, or when you're climbing the top of the ladder and people are praising you, go back and do a self-appraisal of yourself. So stardom is big. It's huge. And it's delusional. Now, I never see myself as a star, and I guess that's what's been working for me. Because when you start seeing yourself as a star, everybody becomes your footstool and you're looking down on everybody. But when you see yourself as primarily, first and foremost, as a worker, this is my job. This is what gives me fulfillment. This is what picks my bill. I'm no different from the doctor, from the lawyer, from the engineer, from the scientist, from the teacher. There's nothing different about me and those people. The only difference there is that you get to see me in public eye. You're watching me on TV. Outside that, we're all making money. We're all working. Now, you start deluding yourself when people start saying you're a star, you're this, you're that, and then you start deluding yourself, you get into trouble. Because then the ego comes in. And when that ego comes in and it gets to a level that nobody can massage it again for you, you now start massaging that ego and telling yourself. So it becomes delusional. So in everything, keep a level head and know that first and foremost, it's God-given. It's a God-given thing to you. And it can go. It's like money. Okay, there are a lot of thousands of stars who have come and gone in this country. You can't even remember them again. You asked me a question a while ago, how do you stay relevant? That's one of the things. Keep a level head and learn. Learn from the young ones, learn from the old ones. Be at peace with yourself. Be friendly with everybody. And never take those shoulders up because you don't need it. You know why? At the end of the day, we're all going 6 feet under the ground. Whatever a big star. Is Michael Jackson on 6 feet? I will not forget about Michael Jackson. But once in a while, just, oh, that was Michael Jackson. Quincy Jones just passed on at the age of 91. He made all the money in the world. 6 feet on the ground. If Jesus Christ, who is our Savior and King, will pass through death, you will pass through death. There's nothing. It's humbling. So never ever carry your shoulder. Just look at it as it's a God-given talent and use it to impact on people around you.
What does it take to get to catch Segun's attention in a movie? To get her to be on a movie?
What does it take?
Yes. What?
If I read the script and I like it, fine. I'll tell my management team, okay, let's do this. And sometimes if they look at it, my friends, I give my friends something to read it. They say, we don't think you fit into this movie. I don't. So that's it. I work with a lot of people. I just bounce off a lot of people. But sometimes if I also personally read it and I think I like it, I'll do it. I'll do it. In terms of talking about fees, I think it's overrated. Because I keep telling people you can never get what you're worth. You can only get what you negotiated. So that's the most important thing. You can never get your worth. What you negotiated is what you get. And if the add-ons come in, fine. Oh, well and good for you. If it doesn't come, move on. The most important thing, the one thing that we all keep making mistakes and keep getting wrong, is that we stand at the bus stop every time and never trying to move on to the next bus stop. Let me give you one example. When Quincy Jones was alive, he said he wanted Michael Jackson to sing If Tomorrow Comes. And Michael Jackson refused to sing it. So he went for a young boy called Tevin Campbell to come and sing. I don't even know the song. If tomorrow will come, there will be that song. And so why did he go get Tevin Campbell that Michael Jackson refused to sing? He said, listen, the train leaves the station every 10 minutes. One train goes and that train comes. So that's it. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. I think that's stay humble. And also, that's for me, that's the philosophy of life. That's what keeps me going.